What's popular, YouTube? Another day, another demo, another notch in the list of top 20 players of 2020, coming up on number 10. So close, so close. And I think by trying to tabulate the intersection of the videos, right around 15 is when HLTV's list is going to intersect with ours. And then we've got to come up with a solution. Somebody said that an idea would be to go number 16, 17, 18, 19 as the list has already come out and just say why they are in that position. Hopefully HLTV's top 16 is not my top 10. Then I won't have to correct myself. It's going to be very fun to go over and look at the list and cross-reference it with the list that I put together, at least for me. Hopefully for everybody else too. And it's another day of heartbreak. Another day where I've got to pick a player that half of you love and are waiting to see, and half of you are mad that it wasn't someone else, and half of you just hate this guy in general. It's not easy. Today there were 4 people that I was looking at, that I was comparing their stats against each other, that I was thinking about their position, their peaks, their lows, their consistency, the events they played in. I was looking at everything. It's not so much that I want to get this list right. It's that I want to make sure I give the right players the right credit. And it's so tough because it just feels like I want to fit 20 players into the top 10. And I just can only imagine how difficult this is for HLTV, who are going to get way more heat and way more praise for each and every one of the players that goes up there. But probably just more heat. But nonetheless, I know this is a player who. All right, let's go ahead and spoil. Let's start spoiling right now. This is a player who does not have a teammate in the current Coach Loud top 8 right now. This is a player who plays on a very common resolution for a certain role in the game. Very common resolution at the top for a certain role in the game. This is a player who nobody knew about in 2019. This is a player who was even more consistent versus top 5 opponents than he was versus top 10 or top 20. This is a player who many knew was going to be on this list, but nobody knew exactly how high up. I guess that goes for a lot of people. All right. So what's the resolution? 1280 by 960. Who's the player? You guessed it. It's Mr. Montu. This is the man of the hour. This is the player. I know what you're thinking. Oh, red ADR. How could you possibly pick Montu? And it was close, man. It was so close. There were so many different players that were up at this level. But why Montu? Well, man, he had an amazing year. And we look at OG as a whole, and we look at the climb for OG. So just straight up impact of the roster, right? Let's just see like OG as a team, and then look at how they've climbed up the rankings from the beginning of the year. They didn't even exist before December of 2019. Then they came in Blast Fall and the Blast Spring, They came like 1st to 3rd in their group at London, and then they started climbing up. There's a really good Pro League run in here somewhere. They had a bunch of events leading up until the end of the year. And then there's DreamHack Masters. I'm not sure if they're DreamHack Masters Spring, not DreamHack Masters Fall, another Blast event, Flashpoint 2. There were a number of events that got them to this level. They've just consistently shot up. Amazing to see a team in year one with who are, a ragtag bunch of players come together and be able to climb the rankings. Now, this is a team I believed in. I believed in Cloud9 when people didn't. I believed in OG when people didn't. It's just something about the IQ of the rosters that appeals to me the most. When I looked at the fact that Alexi B and Valda, who were 2 of my favorite players as it were already, playing on the same team, I thought this is a really good combination of players. I expected good things. And for everybody else on the team, I knew about them. They all have high highs, but I didn't, but like Montu was like the biggest question mark of all, right? Now we go over to Montu. He is the best player on the team right now in terms of his impact. It's been pretty extraordinary to see how good he's been, how quickly, how consistently, and versus how high of a level of competition. Again, scoring higher versus top 5 opponents in his whole career than he is on average versus other. And this is only by, 0.01. So take that for what it's worth. But when we go over to just his 2020, he's jumping up even higher, right? In general, when you look at the stats of the other rosters he's played against, he's just gotten a lot better. And it's been pretty awesome to watch. We can all remember around by Montu. We saw him. He was a player who was under the radar at first and then continued to impress. And man, nothing but good things to say. And I wanted to take a look at a game here from, I think, his standout event of the year, where he had a 1.30 rating at Blast Premier Fall Series. He did one hell of a job at this event, and he actually was able to take out Navi, I think it might have been a 2-0 versus Navi right here. And at this, they actually beat them twice at this event, even though Simple is more highly rated overall. Look at the average ratings that Montu put up versus them. And then versus their game versus EG, this was pretty extraordinary because this is EG's first event over in Europe. And I firmly believe that if EG played more games, they would have gotten better. But Montu really stopped them in their place with this consistent run. Look at the average kills that he got, the average ratings that he put up. Really fantastic stuff. And so he's my pick for number 9. Now, I know you guys really love Nuke. Feels like we haven't done enough Nuke. So I picked a Mirage demo to try to balance out because I realized we've done 3 Nuke games in a row. I tried to switch it over to T-side, but, people need a change of scenery, not just a change of side. So we're going to go for the Mirage. Okay, my home map, if you will. Let's go ahead and take a look at Montu in a big match of the year versus Navi, a statement game on a close match where he had a good T-side on Mirage as well. And we know that on some maps you don't go onto the T-side and you op, but Mirage is not one of those maps. Mirage is a map where you op on the T-side very, very consistently. So let's check it out. Montu on Mirage on the T-side versus some very strong competition. And remember, going back here to the Blast Spring Series, this was when Navi were at full strength. Like they were coming in. They won Katowice after this. They were looking very good. Simple was having a great game. The whole team was looking strong. But then what the hell happened? OG, out of nowhere, literally after playing 1 LAN in the year, after the break, the Ice Challenge or whatever it was, decided that they were good enough to take down Navi 2 times in one event. Some really amazing stuff. Where do you guys rate Montu? Is he someone that you expected to see on this list? It is nuts that we are getting, it is nuts and it's not that we're getting so many oppers. And it's not necessarily because opper stats are inflated, because they're not inflated all over the place, right? Like oppers have lower ADR than riflers do. They'll have usually better deaths per round statistics, maybe more kills on average, but not necessarily, not always. You still have to be a very strong opper, right? I think I used to not like this argument by Thorin, who said, if people are so good at opping, why aren't there more? And he used to think, well, that's just because of luck. But now when I look at it, there really aren't that many top oppers and lots of top teams that need one. And there are players like, Naf and Stu on Liquid who pick up the op, but don't necessarily put up the numbers. In the same way that someone like Montu, someone like, Cadian has, someone like Simple or Ziwu, like they are cream of the crop talent. And I think there is an argument to be made that some of the times it just so happens to be your best player that turns into your star and your opper. Device, Ziwu, Simple, they all rifle. They all have at different points in their career. So yeah. Okay, laser sharp precision here for Montu. You see, doesn't adjust at all. He's got that perfect flick accuracy. We saw the same thing on a player inside the window in the last round. And, oh, okay, I just zoomed by that. I didn't even think that was the round they were going for it. And now we've got the, we got the Blessed Op. He had Simple's Op, but he's not able to outduel Simple. That is a 1-0. 1-0 in the kill matrix for Simple versus Montu. Let's go ahead and take a look at the next round here. And I think this was a not a great start for OG, which makes this demo even more interesting. I'll see what the adjustments are to come back into the game. He's actually only got a Glock on this one, so I'm going to go ahead and skip this one as well. And it's not looking too hot so far. So yeah, there was... Shoot, now I forgot, but there was a player that... actually, let me go ahead and look this up really quick. Montu joins OG because there was a player that couldn't make it into OG. Like, they were going to think about picking somebody else up, but then they could not get that player, so they ended up getting Montu, and he was just supposed to kind of fill in to be on a really good lineup and do pretty decently well, but not really, become the player that ends up highest rated of the year, or, up there with Valda on the year. So I can't remember who the player was. A part of me is thinking that it's Yumpy for some reason, but I don't think that's actually the case. I forgot who he was supposed to be replacing. But I think it was a rumor mill thing in the first place, so hard to find an article about that. But yeah, he was an emergency replacement. His thumbs basically fell off in July. He had to get surgery, but now his hands are fixed. And even through that, he was doing just fine. Luckily, there was a player break in July, and I think he had surgery on his thumbs. Not sure exactly what happened. Could have just been RSI, repetitive stress injury, strain injury, something like that. Okay. Damn, he's pretty fast. I've never watched a demo by Montu on this. We've never watched a demo on this channel. I've never watched a demo from Montu in my own time. I've never really paid close attention to him. I've only seen his highlight clips or just when I'm casting, but never kind of watched every minute of every round. So once again, pretty impoverished situation here for OG. Tell me how they come back and win this game 16-14. Such a tough start here. Only having had pistols and an op, I think, once, if twice. All right, so let's see how he played this. Surely we come back in rounds now. One thing about OG's T side is that their Mirage is one of their strongest maps this year. Probably their strongest map this year, if I had to just go off of memory. The way that Alexi calls this map is very fluid. Sometimes they go A, sometimes they go B. That's like not a meme. It's very hard to read exactly if they're going to do a full sight hit or go for a default. It doesn't feel like they necessarily... They don't think about the half as one kind of cohesive thing they build up to. It's more of like a mouse board style of calling where it feels like Alexi calls a little bit more random, if you will, based on what he thinks is gonna happen, like very read heavy. That's at least the impression, the feeling that I get. It's a little bit less optimized and a little bit more kind of like, what's the most effective thing we can do right now? As opposed to like, let's grind him down. And I don't know, I guess that works really well on Mirage. A map that everyone knows a little bit too well. I want to check what Montu's sensitivity is here. But you can see his angle clearing is really, really sharp. He's almost never over flicking or like having to fix his crosshair ever. Kind of surprised to see that. All right, it's 2.1 at 400. So an 840 E DPI here from Montu. We did an interview with Blast, and I asked him, why Why the name Montu? Is it because of Montu, like a Mantu Ray? And it didn't even cross his mind that's something that's somewhere you could go with his name, Mantu Ray. He is Polish, but I think he grew up in London. If I'm not mistaken, I'm so sorry if that's incorrect. Now we contrast this with like the Brokey games where I felt like Brokey was a bit too shy about his T-side openings on Dust 2. You can see what happens if, you know, no one peeks you, but then you go out for the kill. You get naded down to 61. But it's sometimes still the best play to make. Now, Navi, they're not pushing for B control whatsoever. They're known to be a little bit random on their CT sides with what they want to take control of. They almost never play off of the best information possible. Oh, the close A ramp flash. I haven't seen that one before. Gonna make sure no one peeks sandwich. He's holding the runouts here. Just making sure there's no tricks, right? Riflers are firing off, but the Opper is just trying to find out where the next kill is going to come from. Who's going to try to put some pressure on these smokes? So catching people in rotations, reloading, peeking, avoiding other riflers. This is what Montu's job is right now, and he has a very strong angle on the ramp to do that. He can work, you know, the stairs, the side of jungle, into CT spawn all at once. And Simple comes through with a fantastic trade. 72, wow. And he'll go right back onto the op. And we've got the opening kill here from MBK. Maybe overall not a very strong half from OG, but then just a good half from Montu. He got a lot of kills. At least a very decent amount of kills. Oh, he didn't want to kill his teammate. Specifically holding for the run out. And, you know, MBK's thinking, what are you watching? But unfortunately, if he, you know, shot too soon, he would have only killed MBK faster. Oh, I think I remember this game, actually. They had such a hard time making progress across the A site when the smokes came down. And this is a game from the beginning of the year, but I swear I remember seeing this and going, man, this is so ugly from OG at the time. Where they didn't, when the smokes were down, there was no one fighting them on the site. They just didn't want to run across. Wow, great pick off here from Mantu. Oh my god, the game froze. Please fix. Say it ain't so. I can't reload this demo. I mean, I can, but I don't want to. Surely 3, 2, 1, it's going to be fixed. Oh my god. What did I do to deserve this? Oh, it's good. I just paused it by accident. Okay. Oh, she just lag out or something. Just turned his back. All right, he'll get the plant down. 2v1 situation. Does he jump up on the box or not? No. Looks like he'll crawl out. Someone could have jumped up ticket here. That's obviously the thought. He's going to clear top ticket. Yep, beautiful. He's been hitting a lot of his opening shots on these rounds. His team's not actually playing that well right now, but he's definitely had considerable impact so far. I think we're looking at a 16 kill half or so. I saw that in Flashpoint too, his movement has gotten a lot better too. Like, I was kind of shocked. There was this one 4K where he was on holding B on Mirage, and then he like jumped up to peek into the back of the halls, and like the way that he was moving around the box and around the van, I thought it was like some next level stuff. Like, it looked like a frag movie. So maybe I'll go ahead and try to pull that clip up if I remember after this half is over. But that was the most impressive thing I've seen from Montu this year. Maybe there's been a lot of good moments. So moving with the pack again, and just pay attention to what his, his responsibilities are as this opper. He has, sometimes you want to make, oh, they molly themselves, great. Sometimes you want to make progress. Sometimes you want to, be still. And at the A ramp is one of those positions where you're, as an op, you just have so many potential kill situations that you don't really want to move from Apex here. This position around the A ramp between Tetris and stuff, you can peek into Ticket. You can peek in the jungle this deep from over here. It's all pretty safe if you just have a tiny bit of map control. You've got the big flank to worry about. You're near the best post-plant position. Like, as an operator, you're not doing much more than this. The hard part is that there's so many places that people could be, like, reasonably, that it's difficult to choose which one you should be looking at. That's why he gets paid the big bucks. Looks like they're going to run off of this noise. You can see Monty's running right away. And he's going to try to swing jungle or window. Maybe. Oh my god, this is so ugly. They're canceling. And they've got a lurk going on in the underpass. It did look like they were all going to come out, so maybe that will trick the CTs. But you see what I mean? This is like the way that Alexi B calls. It's a little bit messy sometimes, but he goes off of what he thinks like in the round is the best idea. I think that why it works really well on Mirage. And why I think the team is so fun to watch as well. It's a bit scrappy, but I like the style. Again, kind of like mouse sports. And they find a way to split off into the A site with connector. So it looked like it's almost like a fake by accident, right? Like that would be the hard part to read for Navi. That we just saw all this pressure in halls. He heard multiple pairs of footsteps coming together. All right, this will need to be a big round here for Mr. Montu if they want to survive this round. So he's cleared out everything. He's got to a safe position. He's looking for the top ticket pick, and he's also, very paranoid also about stairs, jungle side. There's a lot going on in his mind at the moment. He's eating grenades, but okay, now the riflers are starting to light things up. He's waiting for someone to jump up on top of the box. They do eventually jump up. Simple gets around him, and there's no time to defuse. No, there is. Okay, they got it. Okay, they did a good job of avoiding him. And Simple found the perfect time. He like put some pressure on the side of the box and then jumped up. I wonder if he knew the opera was there. Oh, MBK fell off, and I think they both missed their jump in sandwich. Very awkward. Team flashing going on. Maybe this wasn't the best demo to watch. How the hell did Navi throw this? Oh, man. That's too funny. Oh, I got shot on that. Wow, I didn't even realize Boomich could be there. My fault. Off to just a Galil. This is like some mutant zebra skin. Akobin. You see like this, like suddenly it's like, let's go mid and hold. And then it's like, how do you, like if you're on the other team, it's like, what is this? Is this what you're going to expect to see? And of course the idea is just to punish the one peek that comes their way. There's not going to be too many opportunities. They do eventually find, oh, it looks like it's pistoling players maybe because they won that last round. So, okay, that makes sense. It's just an anti-eco. I thought it was around. It's like, oh, that's such a surprising call. Hard to read. And now we get the last round of the game. Just an AK, so we can get a taste of the rifling. And we're going up for the fast cat split to join in with Valda, who's making progress at the halls. You pay attention to like how quickly Valda comes out versus all the players turning their corner on Cat. Issa gets the kill. This frees up space. And Simple now, they've got to worry about him. But they get Perfecto, and Simple misses his next shot. It's really all about Valda here. It's kind of a risky plan, but at the same time, they just came off of Cat, and they are also worried about the B halls. Nothing is exactly free. And some costly information here from Montu. But he set up Valda in the side of the halls. Like, there is a risk that... Okay. Very sneaky from Boomich. Oh, the 1v2 as well. was a good play. Walked up, crouched up, and walked around. So not exactly a frag movie here for our Mantu game. Mantu? I don't know. He is... Oh, he got 11 kills. Oh, yeah. So I wanted to pick games that... sorry, he had 16 kills on the CT side or something like that. 15 and 9. So they had a really, really nice comeback. Issa sometimes can just totally carry a half. I didn't see him way up there in terms of the stats. I think he was just a bit inconsistent, and unfortunately, he's had to play a lot of the year in like online from Jordan, I think, and his ping is very high, which sucks. And yeah, I'm sure when they get back to LAN, his stats will come up, because I thought he was incredibly impressive, honestly, as an entry in some of their big matches. But yeah, that was Montu. Demo was okay. It didn't tell us a whole lot. You know, that sometimes we're rolling the dice. It was a game I remember, but I guess it was only when I started playing it. I remembered it for the wrong reasons. We had a very big flop in the first half, and they tried to bring it back, but it was interesting nonetheless. And overall, again, oh, maybe I can find the oops. Okay, maybe I can save that. I saved that. I knew that was coming because I forgot to remove it after the thing. Okay. Let me see. To Reddit. Let's try that. Mantu is nuts. Let's just watch a couple of clips. Just do him some justice.
Finally breaks his silent streak and puts up a kill. Mantu here with one of these
Mantu.
two orbs. Oh, that's a little freebie onto Sunny. And Yampi now trying to pick up the pace. That's not Mantu, he killed her. That's a different guy, Alexa B. Getting dealt with, Mantu dancing around. This is so chaotic. How's he still alive?
No way.
Mantu a third. Oh dear, look at him go. Look at the speed, look at the pace. Can he find any more? He needs the ace in this round if OG want to get it done. He's repositioned fast in through the window. So again,
how are you going to win this?
They're speaking of Mantu in hushed tones because he has torn the rest
there's a chance that Alu looks.
Continue with any more. That is the big question.
How?
In through CT, he stalks his prey. Alu scoped up on the angle, but he's just looked away. Mantu moving, and now they know where this orb lies. Jumping in, takes one to the leg.
How? How could he win this?
Tail, but doesn't realize sides.
What the hell? Why? Why is this a clip? Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna go disgusting 3K.
Misses.
Here it is. I think this is it.
The window. Way too close for Comfort.
I think.
Yeah,
maybe not.
Comfort's going to be really short because they're running in from the catwalk at the same time. He sees one
Nice
and
shot.
pick up a kill in front,
Nice
but
shot.
Now he's alone.
Oh! That was sick. There's another one.
No one with eyes on short right now, but
This
Mantu
one.
will go back to get the first and the second kill. Mantu putting in a shift from this position. Finally misses his chance, but he won't miss again. 3 kills from Mantu on the B
Look how clean
site,
this is.
and he's got a fourth.
Look how clean that was. Did you see that? Let's watch the whole thing
With
again.
eyes on short right now, but Mantu will go back to get the first and the second kill. Mantu putting in a shift from this position. Finally misses his chance, but he won't miss again.
Great cast.
3 kills from Mantu on the B-bomb site, and he's got a fourth.
That was freaking nasty, man.
B-bomb site on the B-bomb again. 3 kills from Mantu on the B-bomb site, and he's got a
Dude.
fourth. Won't miss again. 3 kills from Mantu on the B-bomb site, and he's
I don't know. That was just such a sick shot, man.
Behold, how does he get that shot while jumping up? There
That was so dirty, man. That was so sick. So yeah, that's my prediction pick. Do you love it? Do you hate it? What do you rate it? Let me know what you think. See you tomorrow for number 10. See you tomorrow for number 10.